weekends there, man, and I just fucking little did I realize the trip I was going on. You know, the wagon that I had jumped on, the train that it was actually a train.
Yeah.
The Tejano
radio in general is like a lifestyle change.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But Tejano radio, that's like, because we're in it.
Yeah.
And at that time, like this was Tejano
it was
Hollywood.
88 and 89 and then 90, boom. You know, the 90s was huge. Alamo Dome shit, right?
Yeah.
So
Damn,
when
dude,
I started,
that would have been awesome. I pray that like this scene becomes alive again. You know what I mean? And like that Texas becomes like that. Because, dude, I mean, like,
bro.
Yeah.
But you know, it's. I don't know if there's gonna be any Tejano artists of that caliber.
Yeah.
At this day and age, you know, and but then you have bands like Frontera, you know, you have Intocable, Ricky Munoz, you know, and all these other bands. Ricky Munoz and Intocable are more like a legacy band.
Yeah.
But Frontera is something fresh, just straight out. You know what I mean? And they're doing
it's the real shit too, man. I mean, it's the same stuff that we've been doing here for years.
Yeah,
you know
man.
What I'm saying?
Well, you've always been an innovator, dude. You know, you've always pushed the envelope with the DJ stuff and the music and your cumbias and all that.
Yeah,
so.
we were talking about the Intocable thing earlier. So yeah,
that's awesome.
So we can go back to how was your week?
Yeah. All right.
Our first question was
generally,
how was your week?
We usually start the show by being like, "How is everybody doing this week?"
Yeah. Can I get one of those Budweisers? That looks good.
It's Bud Zero.
Oh, you got one?
Yeah, right here, bro. There you go. I'm non-alcoholic, man.
This is the non-alcoholic beer?
Yeah, I've been sober for 16 years, man.
Nice.
16.
Congratulations.
Took a couple of rehabs, man. You know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It tastes exactly like Budweiser.
Fuck yeah, that's why I bought it. Dude, I used to drink O'Doul's and I hated one or two. That's it. And then
Mariano would be proud right now.
And then the skunky beer, I just can't handle that shit. And when I saw Bud Zero, I was like, that's my shit. I used to drink Budweiser. That was my beer. I'm going to see what it tastes like. I was like, okay, I'm good here.
Yeah, that's
so fortunately, I really thank Anheuser-Busch for releasing a Budweiser Zero, bro.
Are you sponsored? Just curious.
He's like, what? No, me? No.
Congrats on your sobriety.
Hey, it's non-alcohol, and it's still more masculine than Bud Light. All right.
There we go. So back to the work. How was your week?
Yeah, so let's go and start with that. Let's get to the debate. How was your week, man?
Oh, great, man. Very busy. Last week, I did the PVT with Stephanie Montiel on Tuesday night.
Nice.
I did Wednesday night.
Bro, I found one of her vinyl in my life.
Really, dude?
Yeah.
Oh,
I was
dude.
like, oh, shit, this is crazy.
She redid the Más Ven Devórame Otra Vez, Hasta Cuando, and her husband, Gabe Zavala. I mean, dude,
badass producer, man.
There's not, to me, not just anybody can redo those songs, dude, and give them and do justice.
Yeah.
These guys hit it out of the ballpark, dude, and she sang them fantastic. So I was really happy to have her on the show. And then Wednesday, I had Valente Rodriguez, Ernie from George Lopez.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was on the show.
Wow.
With
My family was watching that, like, in the living room the other day. Because my uncle lives in Brownsville.
Okay.
So he watches your show a lot. But he was showing my grandparents were all watching. It was great.
That's awesome. And I had Flo Hernandez, another comedian.
Nice.
And I ended up doing stand-up comedy for the first time in about 10, 12 years.
Oh, shit.
Thursday night. And then Friday night, I did stand-up in Brownsville. Had them in stitches, dude.
Nice.
And then Saturday night, I had a concert with my band to raise toys for kids. So, and then I have a full-time job, you know. So you know,
you had a pretty busy week.
Sometimes
Do you do the podcast every week?
Every week.
Every week, right?
Wednesdays is usually the day, but I will open up a Tuesday in case an artist really needs to come in, and you know I'll accommodate. But I really don't try to do more than one a week because my wife and I wake up at 4:30 in the morning because she's a teacher and I'm a morning radio DJ.
Yeah.
So last week, I got like 20 hours of sleep, dude. You know, whatever.
That's an achievement, right?
That's
there.
an achievement, bro. But I make it to the game, man. You know, I make it. I make sure I make it to the game, and I'm gonna show up whether I'm sleeping. I'll sleep when I die, I guess. You know what I mean?
Sleep when I'm dead.
But if I'm committed, you can be guaranteed that I'm gonna put 110% to be there and fulfill my commitment. You know?
Yeah, man. We like watch your show, and I tell you all the time, man, can I pick your brain? Like, how do I?
Yeah.
How do I do this? Or what like,
bro,
you know?
whenever you're, man, dude, I believe in giving away my knowledge and experience because what's the use of me holding on to it? You know what I mean?
You're passing it on. Man.
Yeah, I'm leaving. You know, there was a guy named Raymond Ortega, he's a comedian, and I had him on the morning show with me on the radio. And he learned a lot from me doing those morning shows. and a lot of the shtick that we had, he took it on stand up.
Yeah.
And I told my guys that were with us, you know what, dude? When Raymond's inside Aztec Theater to a jam-packed house in San Antonio, we're on stage with him, bro, you know? Because he took some of us with him, bro, you know?
Yeah.
So that's how you leave your legacy, is by leaving it in other humans to be able to carry on what you've learned and what your knowledge is. And
when did you start the podcast?
I started it March 2020 when COVID hit.
Yeah, yeah.
But I did have the YouTube channel, and I was pre-recording interviews and then making episodes and uploading an episode a day. And then each episode would end with a cliffhanger. Like, hey, so what happened cuando se agarraron a chingazos allá en este pedo? Ah, pues, right? You know what I mean? So you got to subscribe if you want to hear the rest of the story.
That's cool.
So I started building the subscribers. But then, you know, I had my band, and we were playing every weekend all over Texas. Whiskey D is the name of my band.
Yeah.
And we do Southern rock, bike rallies, all kinds of shit, right? Anywhere. We'll fucking kick everybody's ass, right? And then, so I wasn't able to really do my live YouTube. But when fucking COVID hit, all our shows got canceled.
Yeah.
My wife's a teacher. She lost all the rest of the year and maybe even more, right? And so I told my wife, I walked into the house and I was like, this is fucking creepy as shit, man. The whole nation's under lockdown. We can't go anywhere for God knows how long. What are people going to do for entertainment?
Yeah.
I'm like, maybe they'll fucking more people on YouTube. Let's fucking start going live on YouTube. So we started, just me, my wife, an iPhone, an iRig, 2 microphones, and she was my first interviewee. And I was asking her, man, what's crazy? Isn't it crazy about school and all that? So it was something pertaining to the moment.
Right on, yeah.
And I saw all the people coming on, dude, and I was like,
I think that COVID like brought us all like together in a way where it's like everybody wants to see what the normal, like what's your normal shit, you know what I mean? Like not like show me your backstage and blah blah. Like what's what are you doing at home? Like what's people want to see you make coffee and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it like really
They
brought
want to be relatable.
They want to be
relate
relatable.
to
There you go.
Yeah.
And I bet like you doing that as your first guest probably like you knocked it out.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, my wife, like we're discussing shit like as a regular human being.
everybody's school was shut down for the rest of the year.
That's when we started quarantine. We started the podcast too. It was like we'll sort of.
Well, like kind of. We
streaming.
got out of
We
it.
started
We were
streaming.
getting out of it,
Yeah.
We're
But it's like anything else, you know, when that happened and everybody lost their gigs, everybody was going on social media trying to get a tip, you know, and stuff like that. So when you kind of like, you know, something happens in life, you know, you need to figure out a way to continue or adapt, you know, and humans are like, they're masters at shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
Most humans, some humans, not all humans, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I do. I look at the glass half full, not half empty, bro.
Right on.
Out of tragedy, something can be built. You know, you never know, but you got to figure it out. And sometimes when it comes to your mind, just do it and let's see where it goes. And
Have you always wanted to be like an interviewer? Like, are you? Well, no. I mean,
I'm very.
Or have you always had interest in being an interviewer? Should I say?
I've always.
Are you interested in people's stories?
I'm very inquisitive, man. You know, I want information. I love information. I love stories. I love, you know, and then I got some really good, you know, practice with Selena back in the day. All those Tejano artists when I had that Puro Tejano TV show that was in 16 markets throughout the nation.
So tell us about that for a second. Like school me on that one. I've seen the interviews and shit like that, but I didn't even know it was you until JT told me.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait a minute, the guy with the hair? And he's like, yeah, the dude with the hair. And I was like, oh shit, I've seen that like a million times.
Like if you search
Are
Selena.
you the one that did the one with AB like in his home studio? Or something? Yeah, right.
That
like,
was me,
dude. That to me that was like the coolest. Seeing his NPC and all that shit, like I thought that was rad.
Yeah.
Big up.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That was me, dude. And long hair and shit. And
Damn.
I freaked out because when you search, like I'll tell people, yeah, I'm the guy on all the Selena, and then I'll search Selena and all the video thumbnails pop up, and I'm like on all of them, dude. You know what I mean? Yeah, dude. That was crazy.
Man.
But
so what was it? It was a TV show?
Yeah, it was a TV show. You know, like I started in Tejano Radio in '88, and then by '91, '92, I was doing morning radio already, which is pretty quick. And back then, since that's all there wasn't social media, there wasn't any type of streaming shit. Morning show hosts were like that's the top of the fucking top dog.
The program
dude.
Director was always the fucking
yeah,
I get it.
So then they offered us a Tejano video show, and
That
the
was
producer
like the new technology.
Yeah, so
it's like, yo, we're gonna do
we're
these
gonna
things, TV shows,
Synergy.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
So it's
yeah,
like
because
It was like public access.
No.
No.
It
It was in
a real
16
channel.
markets,
Yeah.
and we
shit.
Budweiser and Anheuser Busch was a sponsor and stuff, and Tejano was just booming. It was just booming. So everybody was popping out, videos, music videos and shit. So we started a TV video, music video program, and I had to rotate with the other jocks on my radio station at my radio station. The drive time, the nighttime, and me. Because the station wanted all the jocks to be known for ratings and shit like that.
Yeah.
But the producers, they didn't want any. They always wanted me to go with them, right?
Yeah.
Because I was always concocting, situations, to do, during the show, instead of just, hi, I'm so and so, and this is so and so, and here's your next video.
Did you know that like they had a home studio like that like you wanted to like? Because I don't remember any videos where people were, except for like house music, like DJs and shit like that, like showing their like studio setups at home, but
our
that
show
was pretty interesting.
Yeah, but our show wasn't in studio; it was out on location.
No, but you went to like the Quintanillas, like 80s home studio.
Oh yeah.
Like that was cool as shit. I was like, yo, that's crazy. Where is that? Like
and he had that little machine where it starts
the
the
MPC.
beat. Yeah, man.
That was
That was crazy, man. I mean, I look back in my life, and just recently, by the way, I got a call 2 weeks ago that I'm being inducted into the Texas Tejano Roots Hall of Fame.
Dude, we have
Museum. And
how does that?
Got ahead of us.
No, I was like, hold on, you're jumping ahead. How does it feel to get that kind of notoriety, man?
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. When they called me, I got a big knot in my throat, bro.
It's okay to cry,
because
bro.
my entire life just went at warp speed through my mind.
Yeah.
And
it's a big deal to get an achievement or any kind of like recognition.
Yeah.
I never, got any kind of like recognition, and then that
Neither
Grammy
have
nomination
I,
was just like, wait, what? What happened for me?
For me? Did you see Jelly Roll's video?
Hell yeah,
fucking
dude.
crying about that
dude.
shit, bro.
For sure. Why? Bro, it's
dude.
at his level, it's a way different thing. But my life completely changed just by putting that Grammy nominated in front of my name. You know what I'm saying? Like for the rest of my life, I'm gonna be Grammy nominated El Dusty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. and I'm gonna be Hall of Famer.
You know what I'm
Rock
saying?
and Roll James,
That's what's
baby.
up, man. That's so fire. All right.
I'd be 4th grade AB honor roll.
Spelling bee champ.
Spelling bee champ.
9 years in a row.
Chill, not spelling bee. No,
All right. Let's take a break. Let's do the segment.
Let's do word on the street.
Let's do word on the street.
Yeah.
Word on the street.
This better be good, Chris. Word on the street.
Yo, Andrea.
Andrea is. Oh, this better be good, Andrea.
There you go.
We need to change that.
Yeah,
Better be good, Chris. All right, so Andrea's gonna tell you what's going on here.
I like this stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so basically, Word on the Street is just our little, just like a little news segment, real light, real fun.
Let's
Just
do it. Hell yeah.
Yeah, just usually.
I'm
pop
a news
culture.
junkie, by the
Yeah.
way. Yeah.
You know it all.
You
You do a lot.
We
you do a
try
lot.
to get a little unique headlines in here, so yeah.
All right. Let's
All right,
see.
first topic. Marvel's debuts at 47 million, marketing
I saw
Marvel's
this.
worst opening weekend ever.
I honestly think that they've already outran run its course, I mean, the Marvel movies.
Yeah.
But then again, there's also, I was talking to Valente Rodriguez about the Hollywood movie industry and all that. And I was just telling him that about, how some movies have been losing a lot of money. And he says that streaming, and not just that, I mean, there's also Fire Sticks,
Yeah.
People
all kinds of ways to get illegal
pirating
shit.
and
Yeah, I mean, before you had to go, like I was just talking about this last week with him. Before you had to go to the flea market and get a burned
Like a normal
Classic,
human being.
like an American.
Yeah, and then you'd be watching the DVD, and then during the movie, somebody stands up and walks out the fucking theater, right?
Yes.
So
I love
So
those
that
days.
was the way to do it back then, and it was a little bit more controllable because the cops and the feds would raid the homes that had, they were set up to burn movies,
Yeah.
And now it's like, how do you stop the freaking Fire Stick when you've got apps from other countries coming in here that don't have any rules,
And there's
like the United States?
incredible quality
Yeah.
because they're ripping them straight from the theater. You know,
Yes.
they're getting their DCPs and they're taking those files.
So it's like people that work there. And
yeah,
shit.
literally, like
Oh,
it's a
okay.
whole, and it's like
Chris is sad.
they're killing their probably
He's
I'm
a
sad.
filmmaker. Chris is a
Yeah.
producer, director, filmmaker, writer,
Inside, hey man,
editor now.
editor,
Mm-hmm.
everything.
Man, he
But,
does everything. Huh?
But I mean, it sucks because I mean, like that's what's killing it. But I mean, I'll say something very certain about like the Marvels, like or Marvel in general, right? Because I mean, people compare it to the westerns.
Okay.
Westerns died out.
Yeah.
They died out horrifically. Like nobody watched them after a while.
Yeah.
The Avengers come beyond you.
Well, calm down with the westerns because Yellowstone's been a big fucking hit.
There you go.
Yeah.
But that's a comeback.
It's coming
right?
back. Yeah.
But
yeah.
same
Yeah.
thing with this, you know, where it's like it fatigues out.
Yeah.
It'll probably come back in.
Yeah.
It's plateauing right now. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
there
Like,
you
I
gonna
think it's
stay-
ran its course. I
Well,
mean,
and another thing is like, dude, nobody's been able to promote anything for fucking 2 years or whatever. How long has
yeah.
the strike been? Like, they weren't able to promote anything.
yeah,
Like,
that's true.
They're barely
That
starting
does-
to
that does
promote
hurt it.
Ahsoka. You know
I
what
would
I'm
say
saying?
like, but especially a show like, let's say Ahsoka or like something like Marvel's. There's no like crazy big stars in it. You know.
yeah. I mean,
And
that's yeah.
What I ask about Lente is where are we going? You know, where is
Yeah.
it going? Because like we have a new boss at our radio station at our company, and he's from New York and moved to Austin and now lives in Santa Monica, California. And he went to go meet us, right? And
Yeah.
he says 5 years from now, the landscape is going to be totally different.
Yeah.
And so this technology
Mm-hmm.
is just moving shit so fast that some people can't keep up with the shit. You know what I mean?
I mean, nobody can. They just got to figure it out, like at the moment. You
But
know?
the money and revenue of the old way of doing it isn't going to be the same. You know, because you've got these networks that would pay billions of dollars or millions of dollars to have the rights to air NFL games and be able to sell ads on the game
Right.
where they make the money and their profit. And now, you know,
Dude, the radio's,
I
like,
watch the
struggling,
games
all
on
that shit.
YouTube, bro. You
Yeah.
know, I watch all the NFL games on YouTube.
YouTube has their own
in
cable
12
network.
minutes. Yeah. So
know?
YouTube is killing, you
Yeah.
know. But what's after YouTube? You know, what's
Yeah.
after the cell phone? How long?
Right.
How much longer is a
Right.
cell phone going to be here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was watching a guy named Ray Kurzweil. You know who Ray Kurzweil is? He's the guy that invented speech to text.
Oh, okay.
And so he has predicted that by 2030 humans will reach immortality
Oh shit.
by injecting nanobots into their bloodstream.
Oh, that. Oh, okay. Here
You
we
know
are.
what I mean? And,
Yeah.
it attacks whatever foreign comes into your virus comes into your body. The nanobots will go and
Like
boom.
white blood cells, but like on steroids.
Yeah, dude. So I'm like, okay, I want to be about 60 something. Fuck, I'll try it. I don't give a shit, right?
I'm on the way out.
Yeah, and, you know, but yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen with the movies, man. 47 million theaters aren't bringing in as many people as they
Yeah.
used to. The popcorn's more expensive than the ticket. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's,
I mean, it's a movie theater. I mean, you could totally shift it into content in general, like what people are watching. What do they care about watching? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Biggest movie of the year is the movie about the atomic bomb.
yeah.
And the movie about Barbie. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like
It's still about advertising.
right,
it's all about
It's still about
Barbie,
advertising,
it's
yeah.
about stuff like
Oppenheimer, and then you had that movie Sound of Freedom, who
Yeah.
had no promotion, no support from the liberal news media, and still they beat out Raiders of the Lost Ark, bro, with the new movie. So but then that's a real human story. You know
Right,
what I
right,
mean?
right.
When you see these movies, it's like it's sci-fi.
Yeah,
you know,
it's
it's
sci-fi, yeah,
future. It's you know, and not you have that little niche audience that likes that stuff and understands that stuff. Because if I
Yeah.
go see a movie of that, I'm like, I don't know. I remember reading the comics, but you know, it's a little bit harder for me. I'm more of those human movies, you know.
Yeah,
like,
right on. The real situation
yeah,
type things.
yeah.
yeah,
on.
content changes after a while. So.
Yeah.
Boy, we really talked about
I know,
this.
right?
Oh, yeah.
That was the first
Hey,
one.
And another thing, artificial intelligence is
Yeah,
coming in.
Yeah.
You know, and now they're going to be able to like recreate a celebrity or a movie star and be able to use them after they die into
Yeah.
perpetuity, you know?
Yeah.
And so that's another thing. And
Yeah.
now there's also doing like Post Malone was saying that if I want to make a song for my wife in the sounds of Post Malone,
Yeah.
AI will be able to do
Yeah.
it.
No, you can do that right
but
now.
it's not
yeah.
Post Malone.
No, not at all.
And he's not getting anything out of that.
No, that's the whole thing with like Bad Bunny and shit. He's like pissed off about his AI song. But let's go to the next question.
Okay.
I have a feeling that's gonna be a question.
Yeah.
All right, next one. 4 men charged in heist of. Oh, sorry. Oh my goodness.
Oh, that was nice.
Here we are.
There we go.
Boom.
4 men charged in heist of 18-karat gold toilet from Winston Churchill's
shit.
home.
Damn, that's going to be making one hell of a necklace for somebody, right? Some hip hopper's
Talking
going to
shit.
come out on
And
stage with that
yeah.
fucking
An
gold.
entire toilet made of gold.
Yeah, that's kind of wild.
Dude, I bet taking a shit on that feels great.
This is supposedly the second time it's been stolen.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And they brought it back? Well, I mean,
Yeah, it was like in a museum in New York 20 years ago. And someone stole it 2 days after they displayed it.
Do you know how much it's worth?
No, it does not say.
It also
but-
looks like it's in a fucking Whataburger bathroom.
Yeah, it looks
in-
really cursed.
Yeah,
but-
it looks
No,
not great.
hell no, it's not. You go to a Whataburger bathroom, you got to be a contortionist to be able to get toilet paper out of that shit, bro. It's like,
that.
what the fuck? How do they put that? Like,
Yeah,
right
that
there?
one's like right there in your face.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
taking a shit.
awesome, bro.
Right there.
Like, don't you hate it when you go to a toilet in the fuck? How the fuck am I?
Yeah.
And then like the janitor tightens this shit, right? Like just the
So
fucking.
you just pull one,
What?
one at a time.
You
You gotta layer up, man. You gotta
hate
layer
that
up.
shit, bro.
You gotta- all right. Next one.
All right, next one. Ohio votes to legalize marijuana for adult recreational use, becoming 24th state to do so.
All right, Ohio.
Yay, go Ohio.
Go Ohio.
Good job,
So-
Ohio.
You think that'll ever happen in Texas?
I mean, I didn't know that there was only 24 states, so we're not even at half. But I mean, I know that we're probably going to be one of the last, if not the last state, because we have to be the first or the last, because the last in this thing is the first in a weird way in some people's heads. But like, yeah, I mean, like, damn, that's really like troubling.
And it's weird because you would think we'd already be legalized it
Dog, we
because
got so much land.
Austin is a big pothead city,
Yeah,
right? And
I
that's
mean,
where the
everywhere.
capital is. Right? No, but Austin's
Yeah,
all like
Austin's
since like a
very,
long time
like,
ago. It
yeah,
was
very
always
chill.
Mota,
Yeah,
bro. You know.
yeah. It's so strange. I don't understand it. I really don't. Like at this point, it's like it's ridiculous already. You know, and everybody on both sides want it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Or don't mind about it.
it doesn't matter.
There's
Yeah,
more
it's
important
smoking
shit, right?
cigarette. Yeah. It's like
and
smoking
besides,
cigarette.
marijuana doesn't really cause crime like cocaine
No,
and
no.
fentanyl and alcohol. You know, you smoke a joint, you want to eat, cut the yard, and then crash out. You know what I mean?
You want to put back into the economy whenever. You know what I mean?
I mean, I feel like a majority of it as well is like dying on the hill or like, like coming on the horse you rode on because they're like, this is a bad thing. And they're like, well, it's legalized
everywhere
in
else.
24 states
Yeah.
now. And they're like,
It's
no,
still
it's
bad.
still bad for the reasons we stated, and it's kind of like, it's loosening. but
Yeah,
maybe-
they need to rewrite that. book.
Sativa or indica, man?
I'm a sativa man.
Me
myself.
too, dude. Yeah.
I don't want to be. I mean, I like chilling, but I chill. Like I'm a chill person naturally.
If you like the sativa is the one that makes you like put
More
your
alert.
your CDs in alphabetical order by the second letter of the second
Yeah,
side.
yeah, for sure. We did this.
Yeah, the second song on the
We
side.
organize these records
How
by
about
color.
That's what they say, right? Sativa and indica makes you crash
in
out.
the couch. In the couch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go to the next one. I'm ready. I'm ready for
Alright.
legalization.
Wow, that's a cool one. That's a new effect.
People are relentlessly
Dude,
mocking
I saw
Jake
that.
Bezos and
I s-
Fiance's Vogue photo shoot.
It's very cringy.
Wait,
It's
that's
very-
his
the
fiance.
Oh,
Yep,
Dude.
that's his fiance. People are like, how much do you think it took to like Photoshop his bicep? Because there's no way.
is
his
he
bicep-
not that built?
I don't
I
think
thought
so.
he was kind of built.
I mean,
Knowing
I'm sure
Jeff Bezos, it was probably AI generated
There
or
you
something,
go.
right?
he just like put my
yeah.
face on a Bronco.
Cool.
Yeah,
ride.
people were like,
That is.
why?
Are you cool with a guy like that having so much power and money, dude? Like and control?
Dog. I
Like-
mean, it's just it's. That's a long
What-
conversation.
what-
Yeah,
that
look,
could
dude.
go a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
What really pissed me off was when Parler came on. It was like a social media that
yeah,
was going to
yeah,
be
yeah.
competitive
Right,
to
right,
Twitter
right,
and shit. And it came on at a time where everybody just jumped on it. And
Right.
what did this guy do? He took it off his servers, dude. And then all the phones took them off their app stores.
Oh shit!
And I was like, that's fucked up, dude. I mean, I don't believe in shit like
right,
that, bro.
it's too much power. Right?
Yeah, dude, I don't believe
a
in
little
shit.
too much,
I believe
yeah.
in a free market. I believe
Yeah,
in people
yeah.
being able to compete. I believe that's
Right.
what creates masters of or masterpieces. You know what I mean? And so when that happened, I was really because I jumped on Parler, dude. I was freaking out. It was
People
becoming
talking
fun.
all kinds of crazy shit on there.
Yeah,
I bet.
politics and all kinds of
Right.
shit, right? But then all of a sudden they destroyed that business, dude.
Damn.
And they all colluded. It's like Apple, Google, Amazon, They all colluded to go after. And that's when I say, okay, there's some antitrust bullshit here, right here, man. You
How
know what I
old
mean?
is this guy?
I know
Monopolization.
she's wait, but she's recent, right? Because he just had a
Yeah,
divorce.
he
Yeah,
had
yeah.
a divorce in 2019, so they've.
She was a lady, a broadcaster from
okay.
California on a television station.
Okay.
She was one of the, I don't know, the weather girl or the reporter, but they hooked up. And,
Is there,
you know,
is there any
they-
other photos of them?
Yeah, no, I don't have them with
Oh,
me.
okay,
but,
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's enough.
That's the
you know,
one.
one's enough.
The rest of them
song.
are just her. It's mainly a spread on his fiance, Lauren Sanchez. But yeah, he's 59 and she's 53.
Wait, what's her
Okay,
name? What's her name?
Lauren
Sanchez.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, it's
Okay.
like you can't see
Amazon Mexican. Let's go.
Amazon Mexico. Let's go.
you can't see a woman without knowing that she has done something to her face, right,
I
dude?
mean, obviously, yeah.
You know, I mean,
there's also like hella fucking Photoshop on this for sure.
yeah.
You know what I mean? But
All around.
yeah. I mean, the thing is, it's very cringy, but like to each his own, man. I mean, him and his wife having a good time. Like,
What's so cringy about it?
just
People are kind of like, why did this,
I mean, it's Jeff
people are like,
Bezos.
why did this billionaire get a spread in Vogue? Like, especially in Vogue because
I can
it's more of a
guarantee-
fashion magazine.
Yeah,
and,
no,
and
but they delve into politics and shit too, and they do
Yeah.
that. Vogue's getting involved in all that stuff.
Yeah, I guess everybody's just trying everything.
People
at this
just
point.
thought it was kind of funny the whole aesthetic he's trying to pull off, like
Also,
the
that's another thing.
cowboy.
It's like, what is
like-
that? Like,
Cowboy.
that's why I'm asking. Like, how old? Like, what is that's not his style, is it? Like, I mean,
I
No,
don't-
not
Look,
really.
dude.
He's more of like a tech guy.
Wait, well,
so.
you know, like the term when you're a kid and you're going to be a space cowboy
Yeah,
lawyer?
yeah,
Like, that's him.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
he's like the kid that
I'm gonna
wanted
be a
to do
cowboy
that.
when I grow up.
Bro, I can guarantee you he had nothing to do with that.
That's what. Okay, yeah.
You know,
yeah,
it's
right?
always
like
a
his creative
photographer.
team. Yeah.
It's a photographer. Okay, let's do it this way. Because I did a photo shoot for a magazine, and the dude wanted to put my hand up like this, and I'm like, dude, I ain't gonna do that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
I ain't
this
gonna-
is not me, man.
And then I did.
He liked it. I mean, obviously, he was like, yeah, I'm
very
feeling
Yeah,
this.
because I'm sure they wouldn't ignore Jeff Bezos' pleas if he didn't like an idea,
How
you
about I
know.
look
So
at a cowboy hat.
I'm sure he was like, oh hell yeah, like
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
to the cowboy.
I look
hat.
ripped right here. That's right. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
anyways,
All right. Well, good for him. But
Yeah.
it looks,
Game is game.
Yeah,
Looks rip.
game is game. Right.
Whatever.
You know.
Let him be.
But yeah.
Florida man pulled over in a booty patrol truck cited for impersonating law
Oh,
enforcement.
this was
Damn.
that guy. Oh, here we are.
Instead
we
of
go.
border patrol, it's booty patrol.
Butt cops.
It does.
Oh, Sorry. I
butt
didn't think of
cops.
That's what it said.
The butt police. That's
it.
cool.
Yeah.
Was this in the valley? Oh, Florida.
Florida.
Man. Oh,
Florida
okay. Okay.
man.
No, in the valley, there's a 956 K. It's like a.
Oh, the cuh.
It's like a DPS. The Cup. Have you
Patrol?
seen that car?
CUH.
It's like a DPS car. Jax is
fucking
here.
way.
Jax, my guy from PVT.
Big up, Jack.
Shout out to Jax.
Shout out to Jax.
He's in the background there, but yeah, it's a DPS looking car, and I was like, man, I wonder why they don't get in trouble for that shit, bro, because that could scare some people, you know. But
Booty patrol scary. That's scary. What does that mean?
That's right. You're right. Like, wait, hold on. Well, what does that mean?
There's a lot of
exactly?
context that's not in there. But
Yeah.
It's important booty patrol business.
I
don't
mean,
know.
there's a guy sitting in the back with the window down.
Yeah, I know. Would have been his arm out.
sounds
the
like
window.
something you'd see on Love and Hip Hop, man. You know, the
Yeah.
booty patrol, bro.
I'm not mad.
No, I'm not mad at
I'm
all.
not mad.
If
Yeah.
Someone's mad. Cops are mad.
Está bruta la
Definitely
troquita,
mad. Oh,
bro.
here we go. Here we go.
Doritos rolls out technology aimed at silencing crunches from snacking
What?
gamers,
What? Are they just making soggy chips?
but only
Yeah.
for Cool Ranch Doritos.
Oh, yeah.
Just
well,
let it
there'll
dissolve.
be none of that here.
Just let it dissolve in your
Right,
mouth,
right.
bro. Right?
What the hell?
James, what's your opinion on Cool Ranch Doritos?
I can taste them every once in a while, but I'm more of a nacho cheese guy, right? And
See, I'm highly against Cool Ranch Doritos.
Wait, hold on. How about Tapatio Doritos?
Tapatio.
Doritos?
Oh yeah, those are
anything,
okay, but
anything Tapatio. I mean,
Yeah.
anything else except for Cool Ranch. Fuck
Yeah.
Cool Ranch.
I don't
Cool Ranch game.
I don't dig that because when you buy the box of different ones,
Yeah,
those
are
are all
the ones that are left over.
Yeah,
Yeah, I will
Why
say
are
this.
they that?
I
And
will
those and the
say-
Fritos.
I will say this. The Cool Ranch Taco Bell taco was good.
Oh, it's delicious.
Oh hell
That
yeah,
one was-
that is.
You're just.
I don't know why.
you're
I don't
just-
know why it was good. It was just so good.
My wife loves them, bro.
There's something they probably have more. That's probably saltier.
Yeah, they're probably saltier. That's why.
Huh.
But besides that, you're all offended now. I thought I
kidding.
respected. I respected you at one point.
Yeah, yeah.
But also,
But what is
Technology?
that? Yeah.
What do you mean technology?
Nanobots.
Crunch cancellation tech.
They're canceling everything nowadays.
What if Doritos can cure cancer?
I guess all the other gamers that they're on the plane with, right? They're the ones saying, "Shut the fuck up,
for
bro!
sure.
I can't concentrate on killing
just,
this guy." You know,
Because I mean, dude, every kid. I mean, not every kid. Like, there's a lot of sloppy gamers out there that are just snacking while they're.
So it's not technology in the chip. It's something that you can download, I suppose, if you're like a PC gamer, and it'll implement
it's like a
it
sound
into.
gate.
It'll like filter out the chip crunching sound from your mic.
Okay.
Wow. But then you also sound like this whenever you're talking. It's like a de-esser.
I don't know.
a DS or what's that?
Technology.
Okay, yeah. that's
Technology.
that's some nerd shit. Some nerd shit I don't know about. Right?
Technology, man. Yes.
All right,
That is very funny, though.
We got one more story for y'all.
Nanobots.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Adidas Superstars dropping in 2024.
Oh damn, Jax is a tennies guy, man.
Yeah.
That guy's got.
What do you think about these, man?
I like them.
Yeah, I like. Were you a Ninja Turtles fan?
The Leonardo ones, though.
You don't like the Leonardo?
I would love the Leonardo.
Oh, right.
Oh
on.
yeah,
Some
I
blue ones?
think
That'd
they
be cool.
only have them in red right now, right? Or last
Yes,
time I saw.
but from the announcement, that's all they've shown. They haven't
sure
said
they're
if,
gonna do 'em,
I
yeah.
hope they do other colors. That would
Yeah.
be
Isn't it
that's
crazy?
Why. That's why, because it's the original comic book.
Oh,
You know, and they
yeah,
all had
yeah,
the red.
black and white.
They only
yeah,
had the
yeah.
red bands.
It's crazy
Couple
how adults like they get into all this shit, right?
Well, we've been into it.
I know,
It's not
but
that
we
get
never
into
got
it.
out of it,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, we've been into it, and now it's okay because now it's like it's legend. You know? What I mean? Like,
and like not even a woman can get us apart from it. You know what I mean?
no,
That they brought-
we, that's us. Like that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
And, but now everybody's like with it
I mean,
too.
it's
like,
become a lot cooler to be into like
Stuff.
I would say pop culture in general.
right,
Dude,
right,
I think
right,
I think I was talking about it with like Marvel movies, like or like watching like superhero shit, where it's just like, oh, you're kind of like a little insecure when you're younger that you're super into comics, but now it's like the biggest jock at school is like, did you watch Black Panther? And it's like, how do you know? Well, everybody knows. Like,
Yeah.
it's so acceptable.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy is that you know, the adults is what's keeping the toy industry alive, dude. You know what I mean?
I'm keeping the toy industry.
You know, I'm serious. Yeah, I mean that I saw a report on that.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Well, because there's so many like collectible toys, and they're like hundreds of dollars. Like it's
The
like
resale's crazy.
Yeah, the resale's crazy. Also, like people do these.
and we
crazy
just love
displays.
fucking toys, dude.
This
You
is
know
cool,
what I mean?
man.
Speaking of toys, the packaging on it's sick,
Yeah,
right?
and they did
that
it like the
kind of-
Ninja Turtles, like
Yeah,
with the
like-
plastic over like shrink wrap stuff, and then you turn it around and it has like the available or like the comic book stuff on the back. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
They're pretty nice, man. I like the little the face masks, the
Yes,
eye
yes.
masks.
I like the toe, like the shell.
The shell,
toe.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
Good job, Adidas.
Yeah.
They said that we never come back.
So will those outsell the Yeezys?
For sure now.
You think so, bro?
Yes. Yeah. Well, these are probably like collectible. They're probably not. They probably didn't mass
No one's
produce
gonna
You put those on the shelf, right? You don't wear them and shit.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You just
Oh, you buy two pairs.
There you go.
One that you can
you
open and one that you right.
You know.
That's
I
us,
mean,
man.
There's like, hey, but now with the nanobots, they have like these like the like shrink wrap your whole shoe, kind of like you can just wear it with like plastic on it.
Really?
Yeah, and it like won't fuck up.
Oh shit! So you don't
Yeah.
have to spray that fucking shit on it, right?
Nah,
Like-
now it's just like shrink wrap.
Yeah.
Like I saw this thing where like you step into it and it's like, and it's just like,
Oh yeah, I've
you
seen
know what I'm
that.
talking
Are you
about?
crazy? That's crazy,
That's awesome.
man.
That's crazy. That was good. That was a
right.
good show.
Yeah.
All
That's
right.
it for
Applause,
All right,
please.
thank you.
Applause.
Yeah,
Applause.
yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Ninja Turtles. I love Ninja Turtles. Obviously, there's 2 huge Ninja Turtle statues in my studio
He
right
has,
now.
like,
I
so
love that
many
80s
toys.
music.
I know. I hate it. I need to get rid of a lot of stuff. I'm on my way. Yo, so your show. Let's talk about your show a little bit
Okay.
more. The growth of your show has been crazy.
Yeah.
So you were saying that you started off with 2 cell phones.
No, it was a cell phone, an iRig, and 2 mics into the cell phone. Into the
okay.
iRig.
Like
And
everything was like sticking out of the iRig, like a bunch of like adapters. all
Just
stuck.
one, yeah. But you got my drift. You
Yeah,
get the
hell
splitter
yeah,
and
hell
shit.
yeah.
So
That's
I did that because the reason I started interviewing again was because Chris Perez called me, and he said, "Hey, Rock." I go, "What's up?" He goes, "This people from LA want me to do a podcast." I said, "Oh, cool, dude." He goes, "But I told him that I wouldn't do a podcast with anybody. I wouldn't do a podcast if you weren't involved in it with me. If I trust anybody to be on the podcast and guide me, it's you."
Yeah.
I said, "Cool. Well, you know what, bro? I just, I got this microphone. and this was pre-COVID.
Yeah.
I got this microphone, and we can record an interview, and then we can put it all together, and then we'll go do a photo shoot, and then we'll be able to send them a package to see what I can do and what they can get, you know.
Yeah.
And so he went over down to South Texas, stayed at my pad. We did the interview, and I think it was one of the best interviews I've ever done. And I cut it in episodes. You can find it in the playlist section of the YouTube channel. And we took a photo shoot, and that's where we got that Step Brothers picture. You remember the picture that's behind me that we're like Step Brothers?
Yes. Oh, okay. That's what that's from.
So, yeah, it was from a photo shoot because we were going to start.
I thought maybe he brought that to you. I was like, I've made up all kinds of shit.
No, man. I organized it together. Said, hey, all right, Chris, come on down to the house. Let's do an interview. Let's get a photo shoot. Let's put a package together. Let's send it to L.A., and that way they can see what they're going to be paying for and what they're going to be getting.
Right on.
And it will definitely get better, you know?
Yeah.
So we did it, and we never did the podcast. But I started interviewing people. He kicked me off. Like, he started me off. So then I got Bobby Pulido, I got Eli the Rain, and I was doing them, and Jesse Turner. I have a very
you and Jesse are crazy.
Dude.
I think that's what was like my introduction to the show. Was the Jesse
Jesse Turner?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know, the first interview I did with Jesse, where it's just a brick wall behind us. Okay, dude, that interview was solid, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we cried,
Yeah.
we laughed, and he told us his story. He opened up like I don't think he'd ever opened up with anybody else before. So I think that interview was really what kind of set me in motion to, you know, really keep up with it. And then I did Bobby and Elida, and then because I was doing those pre-recorded interviews because I had very limited time due to my band. We were playing all over Texas every weekend, and we had full-time jobs and shit.
Yeah.
So then when COVID hit, all our gigs got canceled. And I told my wife, let me interview you, like I said. And then from there on, man, I mean, we just started it up. And
what are your favorite interviews or some of your favorite interviews?
one of my favorite interviews, let me see. Bobby Pulido was really good. Chris, Jesse Turner. Valente Rodriguez was a really good because I'm in the know about Hollywood and all that. I follow all that shit. So and we're talking about the AI involved and Boaz, man. I mean,
his interviews.
I mean, with
he was here. He was here. That was a crazy interview. Also,
That was a good
one. He was here for a while. Chris's interview here was cool too, man. We had a really good time.
I watched that one, man.
Yeah,
Hell
Chris was
yeah,
cool.
bro. And I like the mood that looks like in, you know, and then Freddie Jr. You had
Freddie's
Freddie
was
Jr.
badass.
That's
man.
one of my interviews that I like to
Yeah.
have, you know, because I've known Freddie since a long time ago.
Yeah.
And
Dude, I can't imagine like him growing up, like, you know, because he's like, you know, like he's not an old guy or anything. When his dad was like touring and
Freddie
shit like
Martinez,
that,
bro, legend.
Was he? I mean, he was touring with his dad, right? Like following him. I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
right? Like doing.
Well, his dad started that record label,
Yeah,
right? And then
yeah.
well, he, you know, his dad was also performing, and
Right.
then, you know, he got older, and he let you know,
Let
he
his
told
kids do
Junior,
it, yeah.
Freddie Jr., hey, take over. Mark's in part of it
Yeah,
too.
the whole family,
So it's a
man.
family affair.
It's cool.
But for his father to be that visionary, you know, to be able to decide to start up a label in the 70s. And
Dude,
sign
he owns
up,
a lot of music, bro.
dude.
Their
it's
library
amazing.
is crazy, man. Like,
I walked
they
into
got-
a warehouse once, and it was albums, dude.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well,
I love it.
I'm talking about their catalog that he owns. Hits, dude. Like, I mean,
Ramon Ayala,
everything, dog.
Carlos Miranda, Steve
and
Jordan.
we talked about that on the show. Is like he could literally like walk into any label and get a record deal that's like, or just a label deal, and it would be millions and millions of dollars that he could get.
I would like to
And
talk.
he doesn't want to do it. Dude.
If
he
I-
likes it. I like it. I mean, I dig it.
If I interview him, I'm you know, I'll ask him about masters and all that
Yeah,
stuff, you know,
yeah.
because you know, some
They
people
got everything, dude.
Yeah, but Freddie during the 90s was, man, he was a big time executive, you know,
Yeah.
with the Tejano Awards, the
Yeah.
Grammy
He was
Awards.
serious.
Yeah, that dude.
It was cool that he took it so serious too. Like he could have been
You had to.
doing drugs and doing all the, you know what I'm saying? But he was just there. Like he learned the
No,
business,
his
dude.
father really, I mean, raised him well.
He did really well. Yeah, yeah.
And
All
to be
th-
able
all
to
of them,
trust
yeah.
a son to take over a you know, an empire like
Yep,
that, bro.
yep.
I mean, it's pretty crazy, but he's done a fabulous job. Now his daughter's performing,
Yes,
Monique.
Yes.
And
She's really good too.
yeah,
man.
I saw
all of
her.
us are fans of and big time, but
Yeah, she was at the island, and so she's just getting started, I think, right?
Yep.
And so, but he's
when she starts playing out of town and stuff like that more, man, I can see that like her band and her like they're gonna really do something. She's got it.
and then he's
Look at
got
Monique.
he's got Jay Perez.
Yep.
He's got a lot of artists right now, and it's just different now, you know, because It used to be where, Tejano artists would record and then they'd have to go on a promotional tour. And
Yeah.
I don't think, there's not many radio stations anymore to go
Yeah.
to. Now, you get on your social media.
You
and
got to go to podcasts, man.
Exactly.
Like, that's what they're doing. You know
And,
what I'm saying?
I told Freddie, or Mark actually, hey, if you guys and Freddie also, if you guys need me to, interview anybody that you're trying to, promote, just send them on over
I
to
think
me.
it's good for people to do them because it's also like, what if they say something really cool and they can cut it up and use it as a content piece for their own shit? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I'm
Like,
good with that.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what we want. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like,
That's
people to spread it out there.
that's how the onda grows again, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You got to put it out there, man.
I mean, because it's interesting. You were talking about bringing back the '90s of Tejano, right? There's so many online stations, and
yeah.
podcast guys, and some podcast dudes have no experience whatsoever, but they're doing something. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Right.
And I watch everything, bro. I
Yeah.
try to watch everything that's in our culture and
Right.
shit. And I appreciate everybody, including you, dude. You know what I mean?
Thank
Like
you, bro.
doing this stuff, man.
Yeah. You got to like bring awareness.
Yeah.
There's some people asking where they can watch the show.
They can go to YouTube and just put hashtag PVT.
Yeah.
And just the hashtag and the P and the V and the T. And the video I uploaded tonight was Bobby Pulido talks about his first prostate exam. So
Fire.
This is it.
Good
Rock and Roll
content,
James
yeah.
digging in there.
yeah, dude.
Really digging in for the content.
Dude, like who would ever, and
You were like, I asked the hard questions.
and Bobby said he felt violated. You know what I mean?
Wait, by you or the thing?
By the
okay,
whole process. Because the thing is Bobby's 50 years old,
yeah,
so I was like, oh, okay,
Oh,
bro.
time for that prostate exam. And he's like, hey, man, how'd you know about that?
Yeah.
Like, I really do my
and
pre-
then,
my
and then
pregame.
he says, Jax tells him, hey, estabas diciendo que te canalearon, like, era una buena canaleada. And Bobby looks at it and goes, yeah, man. But that's just a piece of the interview. The rest of that clip, which is like 5 minutes, which is the long, because Monday nights, Tuesday nights, Thursday nights, I put up video clips at 6:00 p.m. and on Wednesdays we're live. On Friday, I don't put up anything because I've noticed every time, I stay.
Fridays is the
Like not-
there's all this weird. Once you
Yeah.
figure it out too, like your
Uh-huh.
time of when you can post and when, and
Yeah.
what days and all that shit. Like,
Yeah.
it's pretty interesting.
Which
how
ones
it
work
works.
for you
Yeah.
best,
Yeah.
and who's your audience and where are they at and what time are they watching?
Man, a friend of mine came over here. He works for a company that they integrate I might be saying too much here, but they put the stuff, the algorithmic shit into your song, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm excuse me, Santero, for putting you on blast here, and I'm not really exactly sure if I'm saying the right shit. But what I'm thinking is that he asked me a very crazy question the other day. Was like, when people go to your Spotify, who do you want to be at the bottom there where it says like you sound like this person, or your fans may like this, or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
For who would I want to be down there? And then secondly, like, where would I want to come up as like an artist, right?
Uh-huh.
And I was like, oh, that's easy, man. I want DJ Shadow, and then he's like, why do you want to be? You don't sound anything like that. Like, that's not your shit. And I was just like, and he's like, you're gonna miss your fan base. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, okay. And he was like, so who?
You're targeting the wrong people.
Who is your audience? You know what I mean? And I was just like, fuck. Like, I've always.
That's a whole other science.
The producer
I mean-
is one guy, you know what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
music that I produce, I've done regional Mexican and hip hop and trap, and that's what the majority of the shit that I do. And then the guy that I am on stage is something completely different. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And so I got.
and they want to fuse both of them together as one, and then they want to streamline you
Right,
to where they can
right.
have an
And you have to figure out how to do that. How to name that.
Yeah.
Because if I don't, somebody else is gonna figure it out for me. You know what I'm saying? And if
Yeah.
I don't feed into that shit, well then, dude, I'm gonna be spinning in circles like.
You're a pack.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey man,
You-
as long as you're
yeah,
staying
let me-
busy,
We're
we're
busy.
that's
We're
all
busy.
it's about.
We're busy. We're
Staying
busy.
busy,
Yeah.
and if you're doing whatever you're doing without having to conform to what they want you to do, and you're still doing all right, you're working and you're comfortable and you're happy. Fuck it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
There we go.
Absolutely.
But that's still,
Another counseling session done.
Let
that's
me get on the
still-
couch.
It's an interesting point talking about like, marketing. You know what I mean? Like you have to
Yeah.
market yourself. You have to think ahead of yourself
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
before you even put anything out there. Like who's gonna watch you? Who's
Who
gonna
am
need
I?
it? Who is that? Do you think music's always been like that?
Well, the thing is you got to test the waters.
Yeah.
You're not really going to go towards, it's like when some band decides to record a different kind of song and all the fans that follow them are like, what the fuck,
Yeah,
man? That ain't
yeah.
shit. That ain't your shit. And then they end up still liking it because they're listening to it and it's catchy. And then you reach a whole new other audience.
Right.
And what does that make? It builds a bigger audience
Yep.
for you. So there's,
It's a pros and cons, man. I mean, there's so many things like available to you at your fingertips nowadays.
Yeah.
Like, if somebody doesn't like something, it's just like immediately like boom, boom.
But it's also like necessary to change,
Yeah.
I mean, like
Yeah.
evolve.
to
It's not
evolve.
change. It's
Right,
evolving.
exactly,
yeah.
Yeah, evolve to get better, to progress.
Progress,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
To progress. Into
Yeah, I
something
want to
bigger.
progress, and I don't want to make Cumbia Anthem 100 times. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
also, like, I understand that, like, when they go to see me, they want to hear Cumbia Anthem. They don't want to see me fucking.
But
playing
you always
somebody
stick
else's
to
shit.
what's good,
got-
man, and
yeah,
what's
yeah.
making you, and
Yeah.
but still have a little area
yeah.
to fuck
Oh, yeah.
around with something else,
Oh,
and
yeah. And dude, being a DJ, you can. That's what you do is adapt. You know what I mean?
That's awesome, man. I really admire you, Dusty, man,
Same,
for
bro.
the shit you do, bro. I'm serious,
Same,
bro.
bro.
And I know you released an album a long time ago, and the guy that turned me on to you was George Guzman. You know, Carlos
he was in the. She's in the chat right now.
yeah, George. Shout out to George.
Yes, sir.
And so, and then you took me the album, bro, and I have it there, and I'm like, I remember this. All
Yeah.
right, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, man. But you've been
at it
around
for a
a
while,
while,
man.
could
Yeah.
man. Fuck
Yeah, dude. When we first started, it was like I was burning a bunch of CDs and giving them to people.
Uh-huh.
And I went to the Valley and gave them to a whole bunch of DJs out there. Everybody, man. Anybody who I would meet, I always had a bag of CDs on me and just giving them out. So
Yeah.
that's how it happened.
Like two short selling CDs out
For
of his
sure.
trunk, you
For
know?
sure,
right?
For sure, that's what it was. What's something that you've learned from your show, doing your show, like doing your interviews, talking to people, like what is something that you've learned? Whether it's this could be a technological question, or it could be like something about yourself or something about people. Like what's something that you've been taught?
I for sure. I've learned that the sky's the limit, man. With doing your own thing like
Mm-hmm.
that. Something that I have with my YouTube channel is it's not for children. So because
Yeah.
we speak like we speak, right?
Yeah.
And I don't like to put a veil on anybody. You be yourself. Like I had Stephanie Montiel on the show, and we had met a long time ago in the 90s. We had never really connected, her and me and Gabe and stuff. And I always felt that maybe I don't know how they felt about me
Sure.
and
Yeah.
what they thought about me feeling about
that's
them.
the funniest thing is everybody thinks that. It's like, man, they probably don't like me. And the other person's thinking that same shit. He probably doesn't like me. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like,
So she shows up and she's sitting there and I can feel she's kind of uncomfortable. And I'm like, what's up? She goes, I've never been nervous like this before. I'm nervous. I'm like, just be Stephanie. Don't
Yeah.
worry. You're making me nervous. So that was like, I'm usually never nervous before an interview.
Yeah.
But I felt a little bit of, and then right off the bat, I didn't want to talk to them because we might lose some good shit off the mic.
Yeah.
So as soon as I said, "Hey, why hadn't we ever connected?"
Yeah.
Reconnected. Do you feel that I'm kind of like?
you feel this?
Are you scared, or do you feel like I'm a mean person, or what?
Yeah.
What do you think? And it's just and by the end of the show, we were hugging and
Yeah.
we're like family, dude.
That's
You know
fire,
what I
man.
mean?
That's what it is.
And
Yeah.
it was just awesome. Gabe's just an amazing
Talent.
artist and talent and producer and ear and eye, and he's just man. And and then I ask I asked Stephanie what her pet peeve is about.
She's like, Gabe. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. And I told her, like the pet peeve, like my wife's pet peeve of me is leaving my toenails on the nightstand, right?
What the fuck?
So I was like, so I let mine out thinking that she'll like, and then she goes, well, it's just video games playing. I'm like, oh, okay, all right.
Nice.
So then but I
yeah,
also,
sky's the limit, right?
yeah, sky's the limit, man.
I mean, dude, you were doing it with the cell phone and 2 microphones.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
and
saying?
every time I start something like that, I say, I don't know how far it's gonna go or where it's gonna go, but I'm really, really interested in finding out, and I'm gonna push it as far as we can take it.
Yeah.
And before I knew it, during COVID, we were doing 5 shows a week:
Damn.
Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, and Saturday night. But what happened, and a lot of people don't realize this that watch my podcast, because I see a lot of podcasters go on, and it's like they're winging it.
Yeah.
And I've got 3 papers, dude.
No,
you
yeah,
know,
that's
I've
what
got
I was like,
I've
you
got
got shit
structure.
together, yeah.
I've got just like you guys here,
Yeah.
man. You guys got a segment. You guys are prepared.
Yeah. Well,
And-
I've learned so much from this guy. Like without him, we would not be structured.
Mm-hmm.
We would just be. I would be here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We'd
like,
be shooting the
we're
shit,
only,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're only getting better.
We're only
So-
getting better, but we've learned. I mean, dude, by watching you, we learned a lot. Like, remember, I was asking all these questions. Like, still, like, dude, you definitely got it down. Like,
And it's getting better. I
Yeah.
mean, sometimes you might think that, hey, this is the best we got. No,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, tomorrow I got Jennifer Pena on the show.
yeah,
And I'm really looking forward to sitting down and talking with her because I've known her since she was a little girl,
Yep.
and so that's a really cool thing is that I'm starting to have, artists come on the show and they're wanting to come on the show and they're interested and they enjoy. And when they get there, they're like, wow, those are the thrones, those gold thrones that I had you sitting on, bro. But man, I definitely, I could just do that for a living, man.
Yeah.
I told my wife.
well, you are doing it.
Yeah,
know what I'm
but
saying?
it's still a side hustle
Yeah,
to
but
me.
you know what I
Radio's
mean?
my
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean?
Yeah, man. But I mean, I could see if I was a radio boss and I had my own radio station and I had a guy like you that could do what you do, not just on the air, but also like visually. You know what I mean? Because whenever people say that you have a face perfect for radio, like there's a lot of DJs that look fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I got a big beard
Well, it's our makeup. You know what
and
I'm
glasses.
saying? It's our makeup. But like, dude, it takes a lot to be able to like host something. It's fucking hard. Like,
Yeah.
I ask Chris. Like, I've had like anxiety and
Yeah.
all kinds of like problems. I've stopped the show immediately.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
And you know what? You know what creates that? Fear.
fear.
Have no fucking fear, dude.
Yeah.
Everybody's human. You fuck up in front of the camera and you fucking,
Yeah.
compose yourself and then just keep going.
Yeah.
That reaches people's.
That also reaches
Yeah.
people.
Confidence
yeah,
reads.
dude. It's
Yeah.
like, you know what? It's okay to fuck up.
Yep.
Just get back up and keep going.
Yeah.
The show's got to keep going. So, once we get rid of that fear, and that's the way when I sit down, nothing's ever going to go perfect.
Yeah.
The other day when we had Stephanie Montiel, she was talking about her daughter, and I said, and she's got a stepdad that's like an amazing producer. And he goes, well, he's her dad. I'm like, oh, shit,
Oh.
So talk
Yeah,
about
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I want to dig a hole and bury myself
Right,
right
there
now.
you go.
But
Yeah.
you know what? Fuck it. Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Sorry,
that
I
was a
fucked
mistake.
up.
Yeah,
I'm just
whatever.
keep
Yeah,
going.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And it ends up being it could be a viral clip.
Right,
You never know, bro.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, it's not the stepdad.
So don't be afraid of fucking up.
right on.
Just be ready to, when you do, you're ready to fucking just
Yeah.
move forward.
Well, that leads me to the next question is like, what does success mean to you? I just told you, like, hey man, you're doing it. You know what I mean? Like, what is that? Like, what is success? Like, everybody has a different version of what it is. You know what I'm saying? And like,
Well, at my age, I'm 57. Back when I was 20 something, success was a whole different idea to me. It's rich
Yeah.
and fucking mansions and all
Right,
that shit.
Right.
I'm making some pretty good cheddar, but I'm driving a 2009 Versa, where I can afford a brand new truck, but
Yeah.
I just don't like payments, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
hate fucking payments.
Yeah.
I bought a tour bus 1983. It's paid off. I got a truck 2004 Harley Davidson
Right
lifted
on.
truck, paid off.
Right
I got a 2014 Harley Davidson, paid off, Street Glide. And I got a Versa I bought for $1,500. It gets filled up with $20. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I because I'm not a very complicated person.
Right.
I'm fucking simple. I'm in my wife's BMW right now, right? She's the one. And I was like, I would never buy a car like this because it's got so many gadgets, and I'm only gonna use 2.
Yeah. Roll up the window, roll it down, turn on
Turn
the
the radio and the AC.
AC,
That's
yeah.
it. I'm
That's
not
funny.
a guy. And then my wife says, well, it can do this. It can do that. Do you do it? No. Well, then what? And every little thing they add to the car
Yeah.
that you can do, they add the price.
Yep.
So just give me a fucking 2009 Versa with power windows, a radio, and I'm good, man.
There it
You know,
is. There it
and I
is.
freak out because some people that know me, sometimes I show up somewhere and they're like, man, Rock's in that? What the fuck is he doing? I thought he'd be in something fucking like a big
Horse
old
and
brand-
carriage.
Yeah. But fuck, I'm just a simple
Well,
man,
dude,
dude.
we have another special segment
Órale.
that we have for you. We're gonna take a break from this fantastic interview for a special segment by Andrea. There it is.
So it's called, man, I really wish we had the Pokemon music. Yeah. Well, look.
All right. It's okay.
The Hano Roots got a big thing coming to you, right? Because of your history with the Hano. So the game that we made for you today is named that Pokemon Tahano Edition.
Tahano Edition.
All right.
You're going to see some silhouettes of some Tahano artists, and you're going to guess your best who it is.
All right.
All right, so let's go ahead and start with number one.
I'm going to check this out.
Oh.
Intocable.
It's 100%.
All
All right.
Let's see.
I like this.
Yeah. And you even cut off the hat on the. Yeah. Make it a little more difficult.
Even if Johnny Lee went hatless.
Dude, the homies like
Sergio
lost a bunch of weight, bro. Like all those dudes looking good,
Well,
man.
they got to, man.
They've been touring
They're
and fucking going
They're
crazy.
They're in the next chapter of their lives.
Bro,
the
those
second
theaters
half of
that
their
we're
lives.
playing, that they're doing, like they're on that part where they're like legends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they were in fucking theaters with multiple levels and people everywhere. The whole production was
Incredible,
just
man.
wild. You know what I'm saying?
And
big up to them. Bro.
Ricky Munoz is he's not your normal person. He's one of those guys that, man,
He's a real star.
Yeah, he's genius, almost genius level,
Yeah.
if not genius level.
Dude, I mean,
man.
you gotta be at that to keep it going in this industry that's had so many like ups and downs, and he's been in the shit part, the really good part of it, the really shitty like Napster part of it, and now he's coming out on top like this.
And he was, I think, if I'm not mistaken, he's one of the first guys that started a label, with a band
they
starting
were
a
saying
label.
that he went independent.
Yeah.
Nobody thought they were gonna do shit, and then
Yeah.
boom, Grammy, boom, number one. Boom.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy's a whole other level, dude.
This guy's a limit.
He's he's a non-human, maybe.
Yeah,
I
man.
don't know.
Yeah, man.
He's one of the he's the Elon Musk of Norteño life.
Elon Musk.
I also noticed that the PNG made the second to last guy a fedora or like a bucket hat.
I
This
know,
guy
yeah.
here-
And
Sergio,
over there at
Sergio.
at the end too.
They look like Cypress Hill mixed with.
Yeah,
It's like what
That's
is
the
it?
band I wanted. That's a new band.
yeah, Little Rob and shit, right? And
Hell yeah. This dude with
Summer
Cholo in
nights
the
I'm
back.
sticking around.
All right, let's do the next
Yeah,
one.
let's move on to the next one.
Jimmy Gonzalez.
Easy. Yeah, the ledge.
Yeah,
There he is.
man, me and Jimmy will go way back, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah, dude. Shoot.
I bet, dude.
I met Jimmy in 1985, I think. I was 86. I was working at a nightclub in Harlingen called Studio 4. And on Sunday nights, all the Tejano bands would come through. It was Tejano night. And Maz would show up. And wow, dude, it was like,
They would fucking rock.
yeah. And it
They
was
were pretty badass back in the day, huh? I mean,
Yeah.
they had the whole big production, and it was just like they were
well, in
big, man.
'85, they weren't like in the '90s. I mean, as far as big, as huge as they got. But once it turned into the '90s, dude, man, '88, '89, they started recording straight from the heart. No Te Olvidaré, that album, and then the one with Ven Devórame Otra Vez in 1990, 91, and boy, man, it was like
They rocked.
off to the fucking races, dude.
Good for them. Good for them. Yeah, Mariano was really close with Jimmy. He recorded a bunch of his last albums and helped him write a bunch of songs. And,
Yeah.
dude, they were really close, man.
Yeah.
He had a Chihuahua who was my dog's grandma, or no, parents, and then my dog's parents were Jimmy's dog's parents.
Wow, dude. So you were related then. You were in-laws.
Yeah.
We were in-laws.
Well, then with then Freddie Jr.
Yeah, Freddie Jr.'s sister, or Monique's dog,
Okay.
was my dog Sasha's sister.
Okay.
And they both
Lola.
passed Lola and Sasha, they both passed away this year, but
Dude, that's painful, bro.
it was, bro. It was a
dude.
very hard thing to go through.
I lost my pit bull, dude. I was crying, dude, and he died like at 1 a.m. I had to take him to the emergency.
Yeah.
He had a tumor in his stomach. I couldn't stop it.
Yeah.
He was 11 years old, and man,
Did you have him the whole 11 years?
Yeah, dude. Since
Yeah,
he
we
was
had
a little
Sasha
puppy.
for 15 years, dog. It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was hard. We don't have no kids, you know what I'm saying? So
You know what? My pit bull. We were living in Edinburgh, and they sleep in the bedroom. Right. My pit bull didn't need a cage, but my little Chihuahua did because he'd get out and shit and like that. So I have a weenie dog too, and I take all three of them out about 9 o'clock, 9:30, and then bring them in, and then we're ready to go to bed. And we laid down, and the Chihuahua was in his cage, and so was the weenie dog. And my dog, the pit bull, got up and went to the bed. And, row, row, row. The fuck? Row, 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 row. The fuck? You want water or what? You got water over there. Row, 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 row. Dude, I just saw you take a shit. I walked over there. What the fuck do you want? And then the Chihuahua started whimpering.
Oh.
So my wife got up, pulled the Chihuahua out. As soon as she pulled him out, he took a shit.
Oh, he had to take a shit.
He was trying to tell me the dude's gonna shit in his cage.
Man. He was a good boy.
Crazy,
He was
bro.
a good boy, man.
He was like that day. Whoa! This motherfucker's gonna shit in his cage. It's gonna stink up the whole
Yeah.
place. Take him out.
Dude, dogs, man.
They're
Fucking
crazy,
incredible,
They're
dude.
smart,
I'm
man.
serious, bro.
Yeah, there's a. I saw a story that there's something that the AI thing is gonna be able to tell you like what your dog is trying to say.
That'd be crazy,
That'd be
dude.
fucking wild, dog.
You know another story, the Chihuahua I got, man. I'd get up at 5 a.m. and walk him out, and he'd go take a shit, right? And he was like trying to find a place, smelling, and I'm like, hurry up, dude. What the fuck, man? Hurry up. And finally, he finds a place to take a shit, and then comes in. I take him back into the cage. I crash out. And then we're like months later, dude, right? Like 6, 7, maybe a year. We're touring in Lubbock, and we're coming back, and our bus breaks down in Junction, right north of between Junction and Kerrville. And we had to sleep on top of the hill in the bus until the people came to help us out the next morning.
Yeah.
So I said, hey, nobody shit in the bus. Everybody go out into the woods, all that shit, right? So then I told my wife in the morning, we wake up and it's 9 in the morning, and I was like, I'm going to go take a shit out in the woods. So I'm out in the woods, and I'm like, I'm looking around, dude. I'm looking around, and I go to this spot, and I go this spot, and I stop. I go, fuck, I'm my Chihuahua, dude. I
This is
finally
where he gets it from.
I found a place, like I leaned back on the tree and I squat down and I laid down, a toad looking kind of, you know what I mean? And I went back to the bus and I told my wife, now I know what Güero goes through.
Yeah.
So when I go take him out
Yeah,
the
you
next
gotta be-
morning,
you gotta
dale
be
gas,
patient.
carnal,
Go
I
for
know
it,
what they're
homie.
going through, bro. But
That's
fuck,
awesome.
humans are like dogs. Dogs
Yes,
are
sir.
like humans, dude.
See,
It's
this
crazy.
is we could keep going forever.
Let's go to the next
Yeah.
one.
All right, who is this guy?
Oh,
Shit. Is that a tumor on his neck or something? Or what?
I think he's holding something in front of him.
Don't tell me. How long do I have here?
10 seconds.
Raulito Navaira.
Jay.
Ah, it's the hand and the arm that kind of
Yeah,
got me
yeah.
out, dude. Jay Pettis, bro. Damn.
He's
Hey, he's
not-
not gonna like that I said Raulito Navaira, bro. That's for sure.
Don't
Man,
show
what are you
this
talking
clip.
about? Rock?
Don't show
I ain't
this
rock.
clip.
All right, let's go to the next one.
Fucked up.
All right.
Oh.
Selena.
Yep.
It was an easy one.
That was an easy one.
All right, let's go to the next one.
Oh shit! What the hell is this? Oh, I know who this is.
Pio Trevino.
Nope. Oh, sorry. I mean, well,
No,
I
go
mean,
for it.
well,
Go
can
for
I
it.
guess?
Yeah,
too?
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
Is it Sunny?
Dale gas.
Or I
Sonny
mean, Freddie.
Ozuna?
Freddie
Freddie Fender.
Freddie Fender.
Is it Freddie Fender? Oh, hell yeah, dude. Look at that fro, dude. Look great.
He was
Pretty
throwing.
sick, bro.
Yeah.
That's
The other day, I was where a friend of mine was in town, and we drove by to the house that has the guitar, his old house, and it still has the guitar pool out
Really?
in front and shit. Yeah.
Man,
It's
dude,
crazy.
Freddie was an unbelievable innovator and
Was he like a
groundbreaker.
Did you know him?
I got to meet him,
Okay.
but I didn't really get because by the time I was during the '90s, he was with the band at the Texas Tornadoes. There we go.
yeah.
Wow, man, I had a brain fart there right away.
I was going Latin.
Yeah,
something.
and I ran into him in the '80s also at Hacienda Records here.
Right
the,
on.
the record
Yeah.
because he used to record there. But man, the guy iconic.
Yeah.
One of the first Hispanic artists to a country artist to be on the Tonight Show.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and
Right
wasted
on.
days and wasted nights before the
Damn.
next teardrop falls. Fucking mega hits, bro.
Yeah, those are big.
I've actually never seen the Freddie Fender guitar pool. That's
the one on Ocean Drive.
sounds important. Yeah, I've
It's
never
right
seen
next to the Trump house.
it. Okay.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's like this pool, and it's like shaped in a guitar. And then
Oh,
there's a
that's
cutout
fire.
of Donald Trump, like right here.
And it's on the bay side or like
Yeah, like
the-
right.
the
Well, no,
road?
It's on the other. It's on. Well, like the water's on. Well, it depends on which way you're going, but on the other side, not the
Yeah.
water side, but.
I
on
gotta go
Ocean
check
Drive.
that out.
Yeah,
man.
it's pretty badass, man. It's pretty badass.
That's so sick.
All right, next one.
Liking something like that.
Oh,
Oh, Emilio Navaira.
Salgado.
Oh,
my God.
Ramon Ayala.
See that if you that part, yeah,
Yeah, that was the one.
the accordion part.
Okay.
Yeah, man, we fucked up bad.
Damn.
Dog, can we turn the show off? Let's.
All right, y'all got one more.
Sorry.
I think
Sorry.
y'all will
There's
get
a
this next
picture
one.
of Emilio Navaira like sideways,
Doing
like
that same pose?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, dude.
You know, it's funny. Also, whenever I made this, I sent it to Andrea, and she's like, "Who is this?" And from afar, I was like, "Oh, it's Emilio Nevada." Like I was like, and then I looked, I was like, "Oh no, wait, that was Ramon Ayala." I didn't go with him after all. So yeah, there you go.
Crazy.
All right, next one, and this is the last one. Here you go.
Bobby?
Pulido.
Maybe?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Right on.
Dude, he was like 20, dude.
Yeah,
19, 20, on top of the freaking world, dude.
My mom
And the
was in love with
song that Desvelado song, dude, it's like, man, dude, you just the first chords of
badass
that and the
song,
whole
man.
place goes nuts.
Yep. Damn.
Incredible, man.
That's it for the Who's That
That was a cool.
Pokemon?
That was cool. I like that.
Yeah, I like it too,
That was
bro.
a
That's
last
fun.
minute addition. It was like
Yeah.
right when you pulled up, where I was like, "Wait,
We're gonna do
we have a
this."
game."
Yeah.
And then you were like, "I'm here," and I was like, "Shit."
Yo, how many bands have you been in?
Boy, I bet I sang with a Tejano band in 1990
Tejano
called
band.
Topacio. But in the early 80s, I was in a heavy metal bands, garage bands,
Yeah.
backyard party bands.
Yeah.
And then and I was all in Iron Maiden and Judas Priest, a new wave of British heavy metal. And then I joined, and then in the late 80s, I had a badass heavy metal band called Blind Delusion. And then in the 90s, I went to Tejano and went to, with Topacio, and we man, I got some stories about that shit, bro. And then I went back into my heavy metal roots in the early 90s. I had the band called Blind Justice. We do like Pantera, Slayer, Van Halen, AC/DC.
Cool.
And
Sound like Chicas Rock.
yeah.
Nowadays, Chicas are playing that shit. That's
And
like
then
fire.
I gave it up because I got Bell's palsy.
Oh man.
And the doctor told me, I said, what caused it? He goes, well, too much stress, not enough sleep, too much partying. I'm like, shit, all of the above. That's me. And then I said, you know what? I have to balance my life a little better. And, what's giving me all these drugs and all that is the music. And so I gave up bands, for 17 years. And then I started my band that I have now in 2011. I was 6 years into my sobriety. And or actually 4 years into my sobriety, and I said, you know what, I need to start doing the things I always loved to do,
Yeah.
but I couldn't do because I was all fucked up, So I started the band, and I got some guys together, and I had this concept. I said, we're gonna do Texas outlaw music, man. He goes, why? Because nobody else is doing it,
Yeah.
And, I don't want to jump because Texas country was huge.
Yeah.
About 2011, you
Yeah,
had
yeah.
Randy Rogers, all that shit, and so I could have hidden that, but I said, I want to play Waylon Jennings, David Allan Coe, I want to play some of that Allman Brothers, Leonard Skinner,
Right on.
Marshall Tucker Band.
Right on.
So I said, okay. And so I monikered us as the Texas Outlaw Band, Whiskey D,
Hell yeah.
Texas Outlaw Music. And I told, some guy said, it's Texas Outlaw Music, fucking, and I'm like, hey, why did I do that? Because why am I going to jump into a pool where there's like 100 bands when I can be in my own pool by myself over
Yeah,
here?
hell
Freaking,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
So we became that band that wasn't like all the other bands,
Yeah.
And we, we started doing. I told the guys, look, man, I can't play at bars. I mean, I don't want to be a bar band. I've been there before, and I can't be in a bar because I'm a recovering alcoholic. And an alcoholic being in a bar is like a diabetic being in a fucking panaderia. You know what I mean? You're going to end up taking a piece of bread. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I said, I'm going to get shows for, festivals and opening up for bands. So I started finding sponsors, and I was able to pay my bands, and I would give the sponsorship their banner on our merch booth, and then, announce them on stage in front of, like, when we open up for Kevin Fowler,
Right on, yeah,
Stripe, or whatever. And so I told my wife, I'm going to start the band, and I want to make phone calls, and I'm going to try to get us some opportunities with those phone calls. And if after a year the phone doesn't ring or isn't ringing for us, then I'm going to fucking give it up. You know what I mean? Because obviously, so now within a year, a little bit after a year, I get a call for a message from some guy from Houston that wanted us to headline a bike rally in Bandera. They saw us through social media. They were seeing what we were doing. We went to Bandera, fucking tore the place up, bro, and that kind of opened the doors for the rest of Texas,
Right on.
because all these bikers would converge on that big rally, biker rallies of Texas. It's Bandera Thunder in the Hill Country. and then they'd go back to their respective homes and all that, and then they'd say, hey man, you got to bring that band over here. So before you knew it, we're in El Paso, we're in Dallas, we're in Tahoka, we're in freaking little Brownfield, Texas.
And you guys are rolling that tour bus?
Yeah, look, dude, I'm gonna show you one of the a clip. I don't think we could put this on YouTube, right? Because it's not.
All you got to do is put. I don't own the rights to this music.
No, don't even. You can't show the video.
Oh shit.
Okay, because it's we're performing, and
oh snap!
right?
Boobies.
Yeah. so we had.
Oh, that's a big old stage. Okay.
Yeah, dude, we're like, bro, and like we had strippers
Oh shit.
on stage. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Okay.
So
That could go a bunch of ways, man. You know what I'm saying?
So we had some amazing times with the band,
Damn.
dude. It's been around for about 11 years. But that particular show you just saw, right? It's about 5:00 in the afternoon, right? The sun's setting down.
Yeah.
So that was like our
That's
first
prime time.
show there.
That's cool.
They said, hey, we want to hire you, but we want to put you at this time. I said, okay. After that show, they said, hey, man, next year we want you to play a little later. I said, okay. We ended up playing a little later, and then it was with Jackal, the band Jackal.
Oh yeah.
And then the following year, we ended up headlining it, dude.
fuck
And we
yeah.
had an amazing audience.
That's
we have
good,
fans from Hobbs, New Mexico, all over the
Hell
place. And so that's just basically how we work.
Yeah.
You know, we get an opportunity, and we're gonna fucking push it as best as we can. And since I'm the lead vocalist of the band, I don't only sing, I also have stand-up comedy.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
So
You know how to host a show.
yeah, and I'm the MC. Yo soy el pinche animador y la chingada. Tú dices, jale, ¿entiendes? I do it all, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it ends up being like a continuous, nonstop hour and a half of entertainment.
Right on.
Instead of there's no freaking. And then something that's very interesting is, and a lot of bands don't understand this, is the articulation of the set list.
Yeah.
You know, the set list will make
It's the
you
journey,
or
man.
break you, dude.
Yeah, it's the
You
journey.
want to take your fans on a journey, and you don't want to take them on a high-speed journey. You want to take them and pick them up, and then bring them back down, and
Yes,
then
sir.
pick them up and take
Yeah.
off. You know what I mean? So it's like it would take me a few days to put a set list together for a certain event,
Yeah.
and it's not always going to be the same. But
Nah. So back to your podcast. I have a question. Who's your next guest
Jennifer Pena tomorrow.
tomorrow?
Next week, I've got a friend of mine. He's my stage production, so it's going to be Thanksgiving Eve. So I'm not getting any artists or guests, but man,
family thing.
when it's just me, Jax, and my crew, I mean, we have a blast too,
Yeah.
and the fans also like watching it because we're fucking comedians, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I've got Mark, that was a keyboardist for Emilio. He's got a band. He's recording a song with Chris Perez, so he's
Nice.
coming in the first weekend of December. And so I'm booked with guests all the way till February.
Hell
So
yeah, man.
man, it's some pretty solid ones too, man.
yeah.
I'm gonna bring in a bunch of and I don't just bring in Tejano. I bring in rock. I had James Rivera from Hellstar in Houston.
Right on.
I bring in wrestlers. I bring actors, JT,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
bring in stand-up comedians. I mean, I love everybody's stories, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm very inquisitive, man.
That's good, man. Well, people are asking like how do they find you? But we'll get to that in a minute. But we have let's go to the No Limit.
Yeah.
So the team made you a special No Limit record CD cover, and what would it be called?
I
What
asked
would-
you this.
You asked him.
Oh,
He
yeah.
asked you that. Like, what
Yeah.
would you call your No Limit album cover?
Well, this was like I had just woken up and I was like, fuck, I gotta take a shower and shit.
Let me think
So I
about
put
this one.
40 years of hits, right? 40 years of hits, and I was like,
Do you know what the No Limit thing is?
No.
Like, you never seen like Master P? They made those covers with like all the bling bling and all the like Photoshop like fucking cars here. And
Yeah,
all
yeah, I
that.
remember this.
Yeah, that's what we make.
Yours
them for our
was a little
guests.
more
Wanna be
special
a
today.
baller.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I went in a different direction
All
on
right,
this one.
let's see it.
Well, I'm interested in seeing what you got.
Oh shit!
Oh, yeah. 40 años de éxitos. That's
Why did you choose that name?
because I've been in the business almost 40 years, dude,
yeah.
and I've fucking been hitting it out of the ballpark here and there every
Yes,
once in a
sir.
while. So
Yes, sir. Highly respected. Highly respected.
Yeah, well,
Big
you
up.
know, I mean, I hate to say that I'm hitting it out of the ballpark, but you know,
man.
I've been consistent.
You're doing
you know,
your thing, man. You're
and
doing
it's
your
like
thing.
you said. What's success to you? And success to me is somebody that just we got to do something. It got to be it got done well, and then we moved forward to another thing. You know,
got
what I
to
mean?
experience it.
40 fucking. I'm
40
almost
years, dog.
4 decades in this business,
Fuck
bro.
yeah, you were doing it when I was 3 years old. You know what I'm saying? Bro, thank you for coming. Thank you for being on the show. We really appreciate you coming out
Hey,
here.
man, I appreciate
Driving up
you.
here to come and hang with us, dude. Bringing me some delias, tamales, like big up.
Yeah, no, I don't like to show up empty-handed, bro.
Absolutely. Well, you definitely didn't.
And
this
I
time.
knew you guys were gonna be hungry when I got here.
Appreciate it, man. Yo, so tell people how they can find you. Plug yourself.
All right, you can go to Instagram at Rock and Roll James. You can follow my band on Instagram at Whiskey D Band. You can follow my show on Instagram at #PBT. You have to spell hashtag.
Oh, you have to spell hashtag.
Yeah, because you can't do a title with a hashtag
But
on there.
on YouTube, you can look it up.
Yeah,
With the hashtag.
yes, on YouTube you can look it up #PBT, and then on TikTok it's Rock and Roll James 2020. So
Right
you can
on.
find me there. I'm not much of a Facebook guy. You know, Zuckerberg likes to ban me and throttle me, and I don't really think.
You're on Facebook though, right? I mean,
Yeah,
I
but
do see your show on
but
Facebook
dude,
sometimes.
I mean, I have 20,000 followers and I only get like 2
Yeah.
reactions.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's real slow,
That's how it
dude.
is. That's how it is.
And I think it's just that's all they want money. You know, you
Yeah.
want they want
you got to advertise.
yeah, and
Yeah.
then if you're not if you're promoting something that they don't agree with, they'll also you
Yeah.
know throttle
Yeah,
you and shit
maybe.
like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yes, sir.
what do you think's gonna happen with the social media stuff, man? I mean, there's so many options now, but
Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be one or two. You know what I'm saying?
but you can't have it like you know you got to have more choice.
You got to
because-
have choice.
Yeah,
You
because
gotta
then
have
they can
choice.
do whatever the fuck they want with
Yeah.
you, bro. Instead of,
Yeah.
oh, you do this to me, well, then I'm going to go to this one, you know.
Yeah.
If I go to a store and I get treated like shit, I'm going to go to another store that, you know, pretty much caters to what they do.
Yeah,
you know
but,
what
but going back to like the marketing thing and like how people are just so into trends and all that shit, like I just don't think that like I feel like there's always gonna be like one main, and then you know MySpace was
Yeah.
the one, and then Facebook came out, and
Yeah.
then Facebook is the one, and now it's just going into all these different directions. But you're right, like like everybody has their own opinion about things, and it shouldn't
Yeah.
you shouldn't be limited. You should be able to go to a place where like-minded people are at too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
And so-
you know, I've been in radio for a long time, and I remember the Howard Stern years in the '90s when they were trying to shut him down. And back then it was the Christian, you know, right,
yeah.
you know, and now it's like, you know, there's like the left side's
Yeah.
trying to cancel people. I'm like, what are we doing,
Everybody-
dude?
I mean, the thing
Let
is
us let people be who they are, you know.
yeah.
Period. You know.
Everybody wants freedom. You know what I'm saying? And everybody wants the right to be able to do what they want. You know,
Yeah.
I think that's across the board.
As long as you're not hurting anybody,
Exactly.
as long as you're not causing any violence, as long as you're not stealing from people, hey man, I can, you know, you can say whatever the hell you want to say.
Yes,
you know
sir.
what I mean?
Yes,
So,
sir.
but
100%.
Yes, sir. All right, man. Well, that's it. We're out of here, yo. Thank again for coming. Rock and roll,
puro
James.
pinche corpitos, carnal. Asústame one time.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to another episode of Dusty Crates. Next episode will be with
D Green Films.
D Green Films. Big
Let's
up.
do it.
Yeah, man. It's going to be a good one. Peace out. Thank you.